Hi guys, Stogo here with a new video, and this video will be a quick video overview about the PTR changes on Warrior. I could talk about all the PTR changes, but to be honest, everything is going to change from now to the actual patch. So I will keep that for the final patch probably, or the second final, whatever, in 2 weeks or 3 weeks we will cover every change. But I want to talk about ARMS Warrior because, to be honest, on my channel we do a lot of warrior content. I will do also a lot of warlock content really soon. And I want to talk about ARMS Warrior. So, we all know that ARMS Warrior is not the best melee ever. It is actually very strong in 3s and in 2s. Actually, in 2s I have huge success with the Fatality build, so if you want to check the Fatality build, please do. But I think my guides will have to change because they did a lot of shuffling on some nodes towards the end of the tree. So basically you have a lot of ways to actually have one generalized build and probably 2 or 3, but you're not going to switch like I do, like Blaze Storm, the Mortal Strike build, the Fatality or the Bleed build. Everything is going to be condensed. I'm going to show you on the calculator. And now defensive stance is now talented by default. So it means that you have 1 extra point to spend on a defensive or a unit utility, which is actually very huge. Sometimes you have to like I would say, choose your talents accordingly. And now you will probably have one cookie cutter build and never really change anything, except whenever you're going for a slam build that I'm going to show you really quickly. Valorant Victory is like the chose node before Blaze Storm. It was like not to choose node, but it was a node that you had to put 2 points to get die by the sword for 30 seconds. Now it's only one node, 1 point, and you will get a 30-second reduced die by the sword, which is actually big because then you will have more points to spend on the bottom of the tree. It's a bit nerfed because it's only 1% versatility, but who cares? It's still 1 point extra you can put somewhere else. A new talent that you can actually choose between overpower or this. I will show you on the talent tree. Improved overpower and battle load now also increases the damage of the dreadnought, which is quite good. It means that the dreadnought will have a bit more passive damage and it will be more noticeable on the damage meters, I would say. Battle loads again got buffed to 35%. I don't know if it's really that important, but as you will see in the talent tree, you will probably have to not have to, but you will take it very easily, I would say. Skull Splitter now causes deep wounds to expire, so if you only take Skull Splitter, it will expire deep wounds, which is a burst potential. Now, I don't know if it's really going to be mattering a lot on the damage meters, but from the looks of it, you will probably add like 7k or 8k more damage on the meters if you're only taking Skull Splitter. But we will see. We will have to test it. On the bleed build, you will for sure take it, so it doesn't really matter. Tide of Blood now only causes rents to expire, so you have one node, which is Skull Splitter. Now it will expire Deep Wounds, and if you want to expire rents, you will have to take Tide of Blood, which is underneath Skull Splitter. Sweeping Strikes is now baseline, so you will have an extra point to spend again on the talent tree, or you can improve Sweeping Strikes, but I don't know if it's really worth it to put a 1 point there, but I will show you. And there's a new talent, which is probably for PvE or Mythic Plus or whatever. Colossal Smash and Avatar's duration are doubled, but their damage bonuses are reduced by 50%. Now, I don't really have a lot of problems with the duration of Avatar and Colossal Smash, because whenever I'm bursting, I'm actually bursting. So I want to have a huge modifier whenever I'm doing that. So I don't know if it's going to be worth it to actually take it, because it's also a choose node between anger management and this. And I do like anger management whenever I do unhinged or any other build which is revolving around Colossal Smash and Blade Storm. So I don't know if I'm going to take it. It is an option though. I think it's better for probably Mythic Plus or whatever. It seems like a PvE talent to me. So now I'm going to show you guys the changes on the talent tree. And I will make you really quickly a build that I would go for. Probably I will make a guide whenever it comes out, of course. But yeah, the problem is I like it because it's going to be making arms better. But since I'm a huge theory crafter, I love making builds. it does reduce the amount of builds I can make because everything is going to get taken. You will see. But still, I think as an Arms Warrior, you're going to be very happy just because of the power level it can actually bring. So, this is the new tree. You are going to say, but what's different about the tree? Well, I'm going to talk right away about the arms tree, and then I'm going to talk about the class tree. So are you going to see everything? Okay, you see everything. So basically what you're going to do is take the usual suspects, right? And then you have a new chose node, which is improved overpower, which is going to improve dreadnought as well, and improve slam, which is going to increase the damage on crits of your slam. And you're going to crit a lot because there you have like 15% with this, and then here you will get 10%, and then you will have probably a crit build like me, which is going to give you 25%. So basically you're going to crit every other slam. So if you're slamming 2 times, normally it should crit 1 time. Of course, statistics are not working like that, but still you can crit like even 2 times or 3 times in a row, but it will crit often. So what I would take is probably improved overpower to just take a normal build, and then you can go for Colossal Smash, which is changed with anger management. So not anger, yeah, yes, anger management was above, and then you had like Colossal Smash here, I think, or not? Am I wrong? I think I'm wrong because indeed, I think it didn't really change, but the nodes are now possible to actually get easier, I would say, I think. I'm going to check it real quickly because now I'm like stuttering for nothing. Because it seems like it changed places, but it might also not be the case. So I'm going to check it really quickly on my warrior. Because they did change a lot of nodes, but they didn't say it didn't change. Anyways, so Colossal Smash didn't change, whatever. And you have Anger Management or Spiteful Serenity here. And then you have, of course, the Blunt Instruments, which I like, and we have In for the Kill. And then you take Impale, which is basically going to give you more damage on your crits. Massacre, improved Moral Strike. You don't really need improved Sweeping Strikes, but you can take it if you really want. For me, I just skip it over. I take Exhilarating Blows, Dreadnought, a point in Tactician, and then you have like a spare, like 2 spare points where you can spend it everywhere and nowhere. What I would do is just take Stormwall. Again, I think in Soul Shuffle there is a lot of value on that because everything is proccing your Stormwall. Is it a lot of healing? Not really. But if you have a pet on you, like for example Demonology pets, you're going to heal for a lot and also often. Of course, mind games can really ruin you, but whatever. I do take Stormwall most of the time because this is not needed. I'm not rage starved, and it doesn't give me anything. But you could also go for not this, but you can go for Skull Splitter, and I would say maybe Rend, and then you can like basically have a semi-bleed build. Not really going for bleeds, but you can put bleeds if you really want. Now, do you have the GCDs for that? That's another question, because you're not going to go for a red bleed build. So what I would go for is Skull Splitter with Stormwall, so I have some burst potential with deep wounds, depending on how much damage it can actually provide. And now you will see there's a lot of changes there. Your Valorant Victory can actually give you Bloodletting and give you Sharpened Blades. So you don't really put 2 points in depth experience if you don't really want to. You don't also really need critical thinking anymore because you don't need critical thinking to take Executor's Precision and also Sharpened Blades. So now what you can do is take 1 point to Valorant Victory, which is basically a huge W for the Warriors already. You go for Blade Storm, and then you have the choice between, do you want to do a lot of damage with Hurricane, or do you want to do a lot of damage whenever you're doing a Blade Storm with your Unhinged? I would say Unhinged for now gave me a lot of success, so I'm going for Unhinged. I go for Sharpened Blades, I go for Executioner's Precision, and then you already see I have a lot of points left. I have 5 points, and basically I can get all these 5 juicy nodes. So I can take Depth Experience, giving me more Mastery, giving more Tactician procs. I get Bloodletting, so your deep wounds will do more damage on your Skull Splitter, and also it's longer duration, so it doesn't fall off, and you do get some crits here and there. You don't really have a lot of value there, but it's something that you can test with Skull Splitter if it's going to be valuable or not. I take Fatality, and I take Battle Lord. And basically, I have everything I wanted for the warrior. So basically, if you have a Fatality build, or you have an Unhinged build, or a more strike big damage build, all these three builds are in one build, and that's a bit sad for me, because again, I like to make videos to actually show you guys new builds. But I think it's a huge W for Arms Warriors overall. It's a big W. It actually gives you more power for less points, and you will have more flexibility. If you are playing a bleed build, what you can do is maybe remove Executioner's Precision and remove Stormwall. Actually, just remove Stormwall, go for Rants, go for Tide of Blood. I would say you have 1 point too much. You could just maybe remove, I don't know, man. What can you remove? You can maybe remove more strike. I don't care. Like you can test it a bit around, or you just keep it up. You take a Valor in Victory. You get Bloodletting. You get Fatality if you want. Deft Experience. Battle Lord. You have 3 points to spend. You can put those 2 points in Bloodborne, and then you can even go for Blade Storm, or even more damage in Sharpened Blades, or whatever. So basically, you have a lot of options. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you need. You can do whatever you want. Anything really. I think you're going to be Gucci. So my build would be like this, and maybe with Hurricane it would be the same really. It would be like this. That would be my build. And now, of course, I will take like Storm and Destruction. And now let's talk really quickly about the class tree. It has already been a so long video or whatever. So class tree, there is a bit of changes. So since you have defensive stance for free now, you will have a huge moment of grace where you can actually take everything you really want, right? You can take Stormwall here, even Wrecking Throw, Pain and Gain, but everything, right? I'm not going to explain everything, because I think everyone knows what node does what. But basically, you can have Intervene and Rallying Cry without any problems, and even post haste, fast footwork. Excuse me, it's not post haste. It's not a hunter, right? So we have Avatar. You can even go for Blade Master's Torment, and go for Spear of Bastion, and then you have one spare point where you can put it in fast footwork. So basically, you have everything. Literally everything. If you are going for the normal build, you have no more choices to make between intervene, fast footwork, rallying cry. Even Bitter Immunity is now like a free talent now, basically. So there is that. And then there is like an option where you could go for, let's say, a slam build. So we would do something like that maybe. I'm searching for points where I could maybe remove. I would do something like that, and then maybe remove Bitter Immunity and go for the Barbaric Training. And here I would then change Improved Slam. And basically you have a Slam build where Slam will do huge amount of damage. Now I don't know if it's going to be a lot of damage, but whenever you're going to crit, it's going to be noticeable. That's going to be the main points, right? So now we will have to test a lot. What is going to work, what is not going to be working. I think the bleed build would still exist. I'm not really a fan of at the moment, because it's still nerfed. I think most warriors are playing the unhinged build, or even the fatality build. I play fatality build in 2, so it gives me a lot of satisfaction. I mean, I can stack to. I once stacked it to 10 times. I didn't know it was possible, but it is possible. And you're going to actually do a huge fatality of 70k or even 80k, and it's like disgusting, man. People are going to die from 30%, you know. And that's something very interesting. But it gets annoying to play versus Holy Paladins, because they can just remove it with Bob or whatever. Anyways, I think the tree is fantastic. I think there will still be changes here and there. I don't know if like defensive stance got a nerf or buff. I don't know. It's 15% now. Reduces all damage. I think in PvP it's still 20% damage dealt is still 20%. So I don't know if it's going to be interesting or not. But anyways, you have a lot of free stuff, and that's what I wanted to discuss about. Arms Warriors are looking really meta, and they are already meta in my eyes in organized gameplay. I think the problem is in Arms Warrior with social is people just don't know how to peel for the Arms Warrior, and also healers. I'm not going to blame you guys because I do also play healer these days with Holy Paladin. I don't know if I'm going to stay as Holy Paladin though, but I have some success with it. Healers just don't dispel roots. That's the main problem. That happens all the time. I also know that whenever I'm fearing someone with my warlock, people just don't dispel fears. And as an arms warrior, if you don't get dispelled on roots, you are just going to be sad whenever you have avatar up, and that's the problem. But in organized gameplay, wherever you have communication, well, that's not a problem because you're going to actually have huge uptime, and that uptime is going to be paired with your ally to actually help you to kill people, and that's enough to actually be successful with it. So anyways, thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate you. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet, and be sure to stay safe. We will catch each other very shortly with a new video. Have a great day. Bye.
Something don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up, it's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape,